Okay, let's take a look at this guy.
Answer this question, Dems. If we're such a threat to democracy, tell me which party tried to remove a presidential candidate from the ballot. Also, which party implemented their candidate that you didn't get a choice to vote on?
Okay, let's deal with the second part first. I'm assuming you're talking about Kamala Harris, and we did vote for her to be second in line to the president. I don't understand why you guys have such a hard time with the fact that we're okay with the fact that Kamala Harris was our nominee. But more to the point, your first question, which party tried to get a candidate removed from the ballot? Your party. Republicans pull trigger on plan to remove Joe Biden from ballots December 22nd, 2023. Republican lawmakers in 3 swing states have announced their plan to remove President Joe Biden from their state ballots. Aaron Bernstein of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, Cory McGarr of the Arizona House of Representatives, and the Charlize Byrd of the Georgia House of Representatives released a joint statement on Thursday announcing their plan to remove Biden from the 2024 general election ballots in those 3 states. Newsweek reached out to Bernstein, McGarr, and Byrd via email and phone, as well as the White House and Biden's campaign via email for comment. The move comes in the wake of the Colorado Supreme Court's 4-3 decision that former President Donald Trump, who was the GOP frontrunner for the 2024 presidential nominee, would be barred from the state's primary ballot. The ruling, citing the 14th Amendment, which bans U.S. officials who take an oath to uphold the Constitution from holding office in the future if they engage in insurrection. The court believed that Trump could not hold office again because of his involvement in the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6, 2021. The 3 Republican lawmakers argued on Thursday that if Trump can be barred from the state ballot, then his likely opponent Biden should get the same treatment. Today, we are joining forces to introduce legislation to remove Joe Biden from the ballot in Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania, the lawmakers said in a press release obtained by Newsweek. The absurdity of radical Democrat judges removing Donald Trump from the ballot in Colorado will be a stain on the American political system for decades. By their very own interpretation of the law, Joe Biden is 100% not eligible to run for political office, the press release read. Democrats' insane justification to remove Trump can just as easily be applied to Joe Biden for his, quote, insurrection, end quote, at the southern border and his alleged corrupt family business dealings with China. Yes, a court in Colorado deemed that Donald Trump had engaged in insurrection, which he did, and then said he couldn't be on the ballot for the primary, which I believe he still was. Your party just wanted to get revenge for that and remove Joe Biden from 3 states. What else you got?
Serious question here. What makes you think it's a good idea to have illegals vote in our elections, locally, federally, at any time? Try that in their country.
Well, we don't think it's okay for undocumented immigrants to vote in federal elections, and they can't. Hence the reason why they don't. Local elections, I have absolutely no problem with, considering at the local level, undocumented immigrants contribute greatly to their local economies and societies. So therefore, they should have a say. It shouldn't bother you if they have a say, considering it's not your locality. Clear? What else?
Here's a fact. You've made it clear you absolutely hate Trump.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, you want him impeached, removed, or worse. What about 77 million voters? What do you want done to us?
Oh, I would love for all of you to just fuck off to your own country. But I know that's never going to happen. So, what I would ultimately like to happen is for all of you to figure out a way to get your heads out of your asses. Stop falling for bullshit. Stop being so easily manipulated. Stop being so racist, sexist, misogynistic, and whatever ist you can possibly imagine, that you quit being the worst that our society could possibly offer. I mean, I know those are high hopes, but that would be a baseline.